my name's John, welcome to another Banggood tool review. This time the review is going to be on one of these, but a much smaller one, a wedge type tool post. Before we get started, there's one or two points I want to make perfectly clear. The first thing is Banggood don't make tool holders, they actually export them from China. The second thing is they sent this tool holder as well as a set of tools to me completely free of charge to do with whatever I want. I suppose this video is the only payment they're going to get for them. If you happen to click on a link and buy a tool holder, some tools or the tool post, I do get a small commission. If you click onto my link and buy anything from Banggood, I do get a small commission. I'll never be able to retire on it, but it does help us to make more videos and run the shop. That being said, let's have a look at the tool holder, have a look at the tools, mount them onto the little lathe and see if they're any good. This is the basic tool holder. It's a wedge type as opposed to a piston type, whereby a wedge goes up and down and that's what locks the tool holder into place. Some that have a round piston in there, the piston comes out and pushes them into the dovetail. They aren't as good as these, I don't think. It comes with a simple T-board which you have to adapt to fit your lathe, or you can make a new one. These is going onto a Myford Super 7 lathe, so I made a complete new centre post which is in a different video. Right, so I've got the actual tool post there. They've sent us 3 specialised tool holders as well as some ordinary tool holders. This one here is for a parting blade. If I've got a blade that size, I'll have a go at using it. This one here has got a nail on it. If it's anything like the knurling tool on my other big lathe, that'll be useless, but you can put a piece of high-speed steel tool in there. This one's for a boring bar. It's got a sleeve in there. You can take the sleeve out and put a bigger bar in. They have sent us a set of tools. I don't know if it'll fit in there or not. We'll find out later on. Personally, I've never used that on my tool posts either, but I do use these all the time, albeit they're slightly larger. They've also sent us a set of indexable tools, 2 boxes of tips. These are the same as the ones I use on my Harrison lathe, except mine are 16mm, these are 12, and these do fit into the little tool holders quite neatly. We've got a boring tool. They all come with a little Torx key. A 30-degree tool. I've actually used that one, you can see it's been used. That's a right hand knife tool. You do most of your work on a lathe with a right hand knife tool. You can use it for surfacing as well as facing. Another boring bar, which uses a different type of tip. So basically, that's quite a selection of tools there that will cover most of your basic turning operations. We'll be giving them a little try as we go on. As I've said, that tool there does the majority of your work. Tools held into the tool holder with these little Allen bolts. On some of my tool holders I've had to change the bolts, so bolts are real poor quality. These don't seem too bad and they'll be standard metric. The T-handle along keys, normally the best for tightening them in with. Make sure that is tight in there. And that's the adjuster for your height, as we'll find out when we go onto the lathe, and that's a check nut there. They're all hard on it, just nail steel have been hardened. all been ground. What can you say about it? It's a little tool holder. This is the lathe that the tool post goes onto. It's a Myford Super 7. I made this bolt to take this Banggood tool holder, or to take the Banggood tool post. There is a video on my channel of us making that. I'll put a link in the description box to this video. So basically, there's a 14mm nut, which is the one that came with it. That's what stops the tool holder, the tool post, from moving. You can put it in any position you want. I would probably make a nice dome nut with a handle on, the same as I've done on my big lathe, and that's the handle that locks the tool holder in. The tool holder simply slots into there. You push that and that locks it up at whatever height you want. You use that little grub screw there to set your tool height. With these tool holders you can use 12mm tooling in dead on centre height. That's one of the problems with the Myford using the Dickinson type tool posts. They're sometimes limited just to 10mm tools. So that's it, as simple as that. And we've got another one there for a boring bar. What I'll do, I'll put a piece of metal in the chuck. We'll set this up onto centre height and then go from there. Do a little bit of machining with it. And you can see all the wedges lift up, and that's what locks the tool and height. And that's your adjusting screw to set the height up. And obviously goes at any position. You can lock it up at any angle you want. We'll start it off right down at the bottom like that. It looks like it's on centre height, so we'll take a cut. And as long as it leaves no pip in the centre, that means it is on centre height. Right, so that's too low. So once you come up a little bit, so we'll simply loosen that off, lift it up slightly, and try it again. Right, so that's basically on centre height now. We can lock this little check nut up, which looks like about 11mm. So we'll use a metallic adjustable. Right, so now we'll take that off, drop it back on, and hopefully it'll still be on centre height. Right, that's good, so that's one tool set up. The more tool holders you have, the more you can set up. We'll try this tool on a facing cut. This lathe has got power feed on it. I've never actually used the lathe since I bought it. That's doing alright. That's just straightforward, straight bar, nothing startling. The little tip tool's doing alright. I've also got a power cross feed on this lathe. That's the same tip as I use in the right hand knife tool. You could use it to reface the end as well. You do with the feed rate slowing down. Like I say, I've never actually used this lathe before. It's the first time I've actually put power to it and had a little bit play with it. So we're setting that tool up. Once again, we need to put it on centre height. As I keep saying, the best way is to reface something. But he has one little tip. If you put a steel ruler on there, wind the tool in, the ruler's lying back that way, which means the tool is actually above centre height. So we need to drop it down a little bit. Still slightly above centre height. Right, that's better. So once again we can tighten down our check nuts. And that's another tool set up. Put a little chamfer on the end. We can change angle quite simply by doing that. So I've got 3 basic tools in holders. Then all you have to do is put them on and go. No messing about with bits of shims. After using a similar tool post on my Harrison lathe, I could never ever go back to a standard tool holder. Just so much simpler. Nice positive lock, just what you want. And that angle of the tool is easily adjustable. Most lathes have a T-slot in here for the lock and bolt to go into, and the Myfords haven't. I'm sure you'll agree there was no nasty surprises there. The little tool post and the tool holders did exactly what they were supposed to do. The tip tools were alright. I used the same tool tips on this big Harrison lathe and I've had no problems at all with them. Would I recommend one of them? Absolutely. Much better than piss them out with bits of hacksaw blade and little bits of packing trying to get tools on centre height. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, have a look on the Banggood site. Anything you buy going through one of my links, I do get a little bit of commission. Anyway, see you in the next one.